Happy holidays, everyone. Well, I guess the holidays are over, but that's fine. I wanted to really quick do a review of something that I got as a Christmas gift. It's not a fountain pen, as you can tell, these are gel pens, but I'm really excited about them. I told my boyfriend that if I had discovered these pens before I got into fountain pens, I probably never would have gotten into fountain pens. That's how good they are. So I really wanted to take a look at these for people who maybe want a nicer pen but aren't quite ready to get into fountain pens. And you know, for people who are into fountain pens, sorry, I'm just adjusting on my chair. For people who are into fountain pens but maybe want a, more, this can be used on any paper, anytime kind of pen. So that's what these are. So these are the Pilot Juice. You can see the name right there. And the name is also on the clips on all of them. This is a 12 pack in the 0.5 millimeter size. Tip size, they have 0.7, 0.5, and 0.38, I believe. Also, pet peeve, it really annoys me when people say 0.05 because it's not correct. It's 0.5, it's half a millimeter. Anyway, so this is a 12 pack. You can buy them in certain like pre-portioned packages. Like I think you can buy all the tip sizes in 12 and 24 packs, and I believe the 0.5s you can also buy in a 36 pack. Or you can buy them individually. So you can get the like 12 packs through Amazon, which is where this one came from, or you can buy the bigger packs, I know, through JetPens, or you can buy them individually through JetPens. So, and they run about $1.65 per pen if you buy them individually, or these packs, I think it's like $16 for a 12 pack. So they're not horribly expensive, but they're not super cheap either. They're not a big stick. So I kind of want to go through what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and yeah, show kind of some writing and some other things like that. And I'm going to, my table's a little bit wobbly, so I'm going to try and not wobble it too much by not touching things. So, okay, what do I like? I like that there's a ton of colors. Even in this 12 pack, you get a lot of different colors here. And in terms of if you're buying them individually, there's tons of colors. So I like that there's a good variety of colors, and I like that they're nice saturated colors and vibrant colors. These are also pigmented ink pens, so they are supposed to be waterproof and fade proof. And I have not tested the fading, but I have tested the water, and we'll get to that in just a little while. I like that they can be bought individually or in different size packs, because there are a couple of the individual ones that I have my eye on to buy now that I know that I like them. Also, if I take them out, so this is what the pen itself looks like. Let's see if I can, almost focus. There we go. So if you focus on this guy, right? So this guy has a nice jelly kind of grip. I find it to be more comfortable than like the G2 grip. I'm just gonna move this out of the way. I find it to be more comfortable than the G2 grip. It's kind of translucent. It's got just enough grip to be comfortable, but it's not so padded that it's uncomfortable or hard to hold. So I like that. It's comfortable to write with. I mean, it's a plastic pen, so it does feel a little bit cheap in the hand, but that's just how it goes. I also like that it has this cute little springy clip guy, because for one, I break the clips off of pens. I haven't broken the clips off of any of my G2s yet, but I know it's just a matter of time. So this helped to keep me from breaking the clips off. Another thing that I like is that all of them have a sticker that comes on them that tells you the tip size as well as the color in English. And you can see that the rest of it is in Japanese, if this thing will focus, because these are imported from Japan. But I like that it has the tip size and the color in English, because then you know what it is that you're looking at. It's a click pen. It's not a particularly silent click. It's not like a particularly sturdy feeling click either. I think it feels probably comparable to a G2. So there's that. They are refillable, so you can take them apart right at the middle, just like a G2. And I believe that these refills are actually the same size as a G2 refill. So if you have, maybe a machined pen or something that takes a Pilot G2 refill, you can put in the Pilot Juice refills. Unfortunately, I've done some looking around, and you can't buy most of the colors as just refills individually. It's only like black and blue and red. So that's kind of unfortunate. So if you do buy these to refill like a machined pen or something, it's kind of wasteful because you're going to be throwing away the plastic body, but it might be recyclable. I'm not sure. Let's see. So, I like that there's multiple tip sizes, which I mentioned, and I like that it's pigmented ink because it dries a little bit quicker than the gel ink in the G2, and it's touted to be waterproof and fade resistant. So there's that. Things that I don't like about it. So I don't like that they're kind of expensive. I mean, you know, it's about $1.65 a pen. So these are not cheap pens for sure. So that's kind of unfortunate. But I mean, you know, it's still cheap compared to a fountain pen. So there's that. I said that the click mechanism feels kind of cheap. So, okay. So now one of my dislikes, and this will lead into our writing sample. So this 12 pack came with some colors that I would never order for myself. Namely the apricot orange and the apple green and the light blue. I don't know who would use those kinds of colors. Like, they seem only useful to me for highlighting. Let me just reach and grab my paper here. But let's take a look at some of these colors so that I can show you what these guys look at. And I'll start from the dark end of the pack and work my way towards the red end. So I'm just going to go ahead and write the color name, and then I will move it closer so you can see, but I'm afraid this is going to make my little stand wobble. So you'll have to excuse bad handwriting. I'm getting used to a new writing setup. Oh, this is not purple, this is grape. And I'm writing them exactly the way the name appears on the little sticker. Yeah, so this is my first video in my new apartment. I have some nice natural light, and I have my desk set up right by a window, so that will be nice, but I need to figure out a way to get my little stand that's holding my camera to not be so wobbly, because right now I'm writing kind of messy to try and keep from wobbling the camera and making everyone a little bit seasick. So, and I thought about having this prepared ahead of time, and I'm not that on top of things today. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning with an upset stomach and didn't get back to bed until about, well, I went back to bed at 4, but I don't think I actually got back to sleep until probably close to 5. So while I have been properly caffeinated and everything for today, you know, anyone who's had a short night of sleep knows that even once you feel awake, your brain is still not quite 100% in it for the day. So we'll see how today goes. All right, so we're down to our last few. I'm just gonna pull all these out at once. Let's see, this one is the baby pink. I'm actually surprised with this baby pink color, how bright it is. I was expecting it to be completely useless, but I actually kind of like it. It's, you know, it's almost what I would call a hot pink, or a hot baby pink. Okay, so that's all 12 colors. So let me go ahead and bring this up closer to the camera. Get above the camera so I can actually see. All right, so black, grape. I believe they also have a violet, but grape is what comes with the 12 pack. Blue, black, which I think is my favorite so far. Blue, which I also like. It's not an offensive blue. Light blue, green, apple green, orange, apricot orange, baby pink, coral pink, and red. So this light blue, this apple green, and this apricot orange are the three that I think are 100% useless. I don't know who would use these. I don't know, you know, they're almost so light, especially the apple green, they're almost so light that you can't see if it's actually writing. You can see I kind of made my A twice because I couldn't tell if it was actually writing anything. So I don't like those ones, but I am glad that I got a chance to see them and got a chance to try them out, you know, via this 12 pack. I plan to order some of the colors, like the browns and grays and things that I don't think come in, they maybe come in the 36 pack, but they don't come in like the 12 or the 24 pack, so I'll order them individually. So, because I love you, dear viewers, I did a water test ahead of time. This was last night, so I was much less sleep deprived then. So I did a water test ahead of time so that we could take a look at that and see how these guys hold up to water. I will put them through fade testing, but obviously that takes a little while longer. But I thought this would be, you know, something nice and quick that we could just take a look at. So you can see they hold up really well. I think the coral pink washes out a little bit, It's hard to tell with the apple green and the light blue and the apricot orange exactly what's going on there because they're so light to start with that they seem to have a little bit less water resistance than everything else. But I mean, they are still there, like you can still read them. But given that I wouldn't write with them in the first place, you know, I didn't really expect them to be very water resistant. But I do like the water resistant green. I mean, water resistant green and orange and red are hard to find in fountain pen inks. So, you know, if you do a lot of grading or something and you need those colors and you need them to be water resistant, might be an option. I was surprised by how well the two pinks held up. The coral pink did fade a little bit, but, and then of course the darker colors seem to do pretty well as well. So, like I said, I will put them through fade testing as well, but that will take a few months. And so we'll see how that goes. So, overall, I really like these pens. I think they're definitely worth a try. Especially like if you, like I said, you can order them from JetPens. There's some other places too, but I know of JetPens and Amazon, especially with JetPens selling them individually, and they, you know, have free shipping on $25 plus for orders. You know, if you're close to that $25 mark and it's like, oh, if I just add one more thing, I highly recommend adding one of these pens. I think, you know, they're a solid pen, especially because their refills are the same size as G2. You know, they're very versatile and they can go in a lot of other pens, a lot of machined pens and things like that if you're into that thing. And because they are gel pens, they should write better on subpar paper. And I have just a few minutes left. I don't want to hit 15. But I was going to test them out in a field notes and on a couple of sticky notes. So let's see, Pilot, Juice. Another thing I noticed is that on Hobonichi, so on Tomo River paper, these can take a little while to dry, but I don't really think it's any worse than any other gel pen or any like fountain pen. So I don't think it's that bad. So here it is on a field notes. Let's see. It did not appear to bleed through. And it dries pretty fast on the post-it notes as well and doesn't feather or bleed. So this is a good option, I think, for when you don't have great paper, and I think it performs better than like the G2 does because I've not had great experience with those on not great paper either. So that's all I got. I hope this was useful to someone. Like I said, I think I will be buying more of these pens, and I have my eye on a machined pen that I actually asked for Christmas and it just didn't come through, that I think I will be purchasing to put some of my favorite colored refills in. So yeah, I thought I had something else to say. Oh, so I'm thinking about doing some ink reviews in a film format coming up here soon once I kind of get it together again and get my apartment all sorted out. And I was also thinking about doing a video of how I'm using my Hobonichi for this year. But I'm not sure if anyone would be interested in that because I'm not one of those like scrapbooky kind of people. So if you would be, let me know. Or if you really wouldn't be, let me know. And I will put some thought into that in the coming week or two before I start my new job. So yeah, that's it. This is Saturday for me, so have a great Saturday, even though it will probably be Saturday evening by the time this gets posted. So have a great weekend, and hopefully you are recovering well from the holidays, from too much food and not enough sleep and too much family and all that stuff. So I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.